All right, my fingerprint covered phone is fully charged up. We got the green light right here, so it's time to unplug this, take off the back, pop out the battery, put in the SIM and SD cards. It's so hard to find that little thing here to pop the back off. Once you find it, it's pretty quick. Pull the battery out like that. All right. Got the SIM card here. Got to punch this out of this thing without breaking it. Don't leave any nubbins on the edge. Okay. This little cutout corner should go to, when you're sliding it in, should go to the top left. Also, the contacts face down into the phone. So this is the way to put in the SIM card. Okay, it's spring-loaded. I could feel that it snapped in there. I've got a micro SD card here. It's only a 512 megabyte, but good enough for now. 16 gigabytes of internal storage in this, so I'd like to get a card for at least 32, but I wouldn't go with a regular SD card. I'd want to get a UHC-1 if it'll support that, one that runs at a really high speed. Okay, so this one, I believe, goes in. Also with contacts down. Slide it till it clicks. There we go. If I did that correctly, something good should happen. Contacts match here. Put the cover back on. Put the volume down on that, but the volume screen's not up yet. Okay, here we are. Gonna choose English. Next. Oh, okay. What if we just skip the Wi-Fi for now? Date and time. We are in Central. Don't have a Samsung account. Create a Samsung account and you can. I thought you did this with your Google account. Back up your personal data security and enjoy a variety of services. I guess I can skip it. Okay. Come back to it later. Yeah. Setting up a Google account. Do that a little later. Let's get to see some action here. Yes, you can know everything about me. Oh, Dropbox. Cool. I use Dropbox. Do that later. A lot of features to learn about, apparently. Ooh. We'll leave it at the default. Okay. Okay. Collecting diagnostics. There we go. Now we got some bars at the top. We finally got to the main screen. All right. Oh, and it is cloudy out. And those are the exact clouds that I see out the window. How does it know that? Okay, had the SIM card in it now for a little while. Had my 9-year-old playing with it. She downloaded Hill Country Racer or whatever that game is. She said it worked really well. The screen was nice and big and that the touch was very responsive in playing the game. Okay, it is all set up and working. I've even got it on my home Wi-Fi here. Looked through briefly the usual collection of apps. It's got a bunch of widgets, kind of junk, I would say, T-Mobile stuff. And then it's got this Samsung overlay that you can't really do anything about. That's just how it's going to be. It's that Samsung TouchWiz, I think it's called. Let's see. Here's the apps. Widgets. This T-Mobile TV is kind of interesting. I've wanted to use that before. I couldn't, even though I'm T-Mobile, I couldn't on my Galaxy Nexus because it's from Google. Unlocked phone basically, so it didn't have access to that. I think though they're just trying to get you to use more data past your limit and then see if you'll buy some more. That's kind of my guess what they have in mind there. You can see there's room for lots of screens across. We've got the dedicated touch button here to bring you back home. It actually does click in. Options here to bring up settings and more information. And down in this corner, go back. Pull down. Turn on and off the Wi-Fi, the GPS. You can mute the sound here. In terms of physical buttons, you've got a rocker here for volume up and volume down. And over here, power on off. Up top, you've got the headphone. Not quite sure what the other holes are. I'll have to look that one up. Down at the bottom, you've got another little hole. Could be multiple microphones for noise cancellation. And then you've got the port to recharge it, also to connect it to a computer. This is the smallest connection. This is the micro USB, and it does come with that cable. One thing that I guess I have to get used to is this basically is sensitive corner to corner. I have several times just barely, just barely got my finger over the edge and I'm bringing stuff up. So this one on the top you can touch, you're safe, but anywhere below that line, anywhere here is touch sensitive. Let's take a look at the camera. Wants to know where to put stuff, okay, on the SD card. Now on the back here, the primary camera is, I think, like a 13 megapixel. It's nicer than my actual camera that I have. And then on this side, if we switch it around here, here we go. Burst shot. Okay. There we go. That's the front-facing camera, the one you'd use in video conferencing and so forth. Something I've noticed that I don't particularly care for is I'm used to with my phone, you know, pushing the power button to wake it up and it gets you to the screen, you put it back, and once you've pushed that button, you're clear on touching here, you can stick it in your pocket, whatever, you don't have to worry about it waking up and pocket dialing somebody. But this one, this button on the front here, when you touch it, it wakes it up to this screen. So now this is going to be a concern. I don't use a case usually with my phone. So, okay, now I wanted to see about the mobile hotspot feature because I understood that was included in my plan. And normally on my phone I'd go to settings, I'd go into Wi-Fi, and it would talk about it in here. Well, I have Wi-Fi turned off. But there's no mention of it here because, let me go back to the home screen, they've actually given you a dedicated app for that right on the home screen, mobile hotspot. But rather than it being a Google feature, it's a T-Mobile feature. And so when I go to that and turn it on, comes up saying, hey, your service doesn't support that. So I'll have to check with T-Mobile, but I understood the default plan included the mobile hotspot. So I will have to look into that some more. And I see that T-Mobile has taken it over and it hasn't left it in the usual spot in the apps. So I don't particularly care for them doing that, but when you don't buy a pure Android phone, this is just one of the things you deal with. Back on my Wi-Fi here, go online. They've set some junk page for the home page. I want to show you the keyboard though. It's got this swipe type of keyboard. Where you can draw between the letters. I never did get used to using that. I didn't download it and put it onto my Galaxy Nexus. If you like that though, it comes with it, so that's good for you. Alright, since it is a phone, might as well see how the phone works on this. We've got a permanent icon down here for it. So there's the dial pad. Let's try 1-800-PET-MEDS. 1-800 734 6337. Speaker.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line. Ladies.
I thought I dialed 1-800-PET-MEDS. Oh, that'll get your doggy excited. Alright, now that I've dialed a chat line accidentally, and my wife is going to put some kind of monitoring software on the phone to watch me now all the time, I guess I will end this review at that point. I'm going to learn about some of the other features, like using this as a remote control for the TV, and try to program that in and see how that works. Next, however, I'm going to do a direct comparison between this, my year-old Galaxy Nexus, and my 2.5-year-old Nexus 1, just sort of an evolution in the phones and sort of see where they've come over the past 2.5 years. So there should be a link for that somewhere up at the top of the screen. Click on that if you'd like to see. Subscribe if you'd like to get notifications of the videos as I put them up. Thanks.